Hey guys, well, I'm back with a um, review of Tuesday night's game between Grimsby Town and Tranmere, and it ended Grimsby Town 1, Tranmere Rovers 1. And kind of like a game of two halves, really. Not the best game in the way of quality. I think the game was quite bitty, it was quite meh. And when I say meh, it was a bit like it was a game where neither side deserved to win it and neither side deserved to lose it. I think the result was fair. I think the result in general was fair, and I don't have any qualms with the result. I will go in to the end of this review as to why I'm not as disappointed. A with the performance and B with the result. Like I've seen some fans be really maybe too critical. Um, but let's start overall with the general review of the game. Obviously, Grimsby Town came in this game with a six-game unbeaten run, and very positive. We started with the starting 11 for the game was a couple of changes. Well, three changes, rather no, from four from the last game. You had was Jordan Wright in goal, Harvey Rogers, Doug Tham, and Cameron McJanet were the back three. Svan Thorson, McEachran and Thompson came in. Hume obviously played as wing back and helped McJanet out when needed. Jaden Luca, Justin Abikwu, and Danny Rose. They were the ones that started the game. Now, this game sort of started very sluggish and even, if that makes sense. Uh, Town were trying to, to get the long ball sort of over the top. But again, I don't mind the long ball as long as it's long ball with purpose. And a lot of the time you had McJanet doing that and including Hume in the first 5-6 minutes. They were trying to use the the long ball a little bit more, and when they did, they looked good in the first 5 or 6 minutes. But we did kind of get a sucker punch because even though we did play fairly decently, it wasn't us that got the opening goal. And to be completely fair, um, uh, it was Tranmere that got them goal. I wouldn't say marginally against run of play. Sam Findlay got in and got the opening goal. Nicely taken by Sam in the end because it kind of came from a Tranmere attack, and it came from a scramble, if you can call it that. We didn't deal with it, and it fell back down for Sam, and he put it in the net, and good finish actually for 1-0. The 120 or so Tranmere Irish fans went bananas. In fact, they didn't stop singing all night. To be honest, you know, and credit to them for fan base. And in that first half, what we didn't really do, we didn't get Justin Abikwu enough in the game in that first 45 minutes. We did towards the back end of the half. Again, we were trying to build out from the back a bit. Jordan Wright looked a bit uncertain when it came to getting to the ball, and everyone looked just like a step off from previous games. They all looked a step off. We didn't really get Danny Rose into the game, and like I said, for the first half as well, we didn't really get Justin back in the game. It's had a couple of games out, but around about half an hour or so in, even though we didn't create a great deal, we weren't really the better side. It was kind of even, in that you'd probably say Tranmere just edged the first half. But I always felt like Town were in it, because I was saying to a couple of people around me, saying, just don't concede again, and we looked like and felt like towards the end of the half that our football was just one pass too strong. We're one pass short of really getting through. I think the strange thing was not having Evan Corey or Kieran Green in, and obviously with it being McEachran and Thompson. You understand why though, because it's a 3-game week, and obviously, you're gonna want to try and mix it up. Jaden Luca did look probably the most threatening in the first half. He looked like he was trying to make something happen. Yasin struggled tonight. He still worked hard and still put in a couple of good moves and flicks and things like that. But he would, like I said, everyone was like a step back. The effort was there, but it was kind of like you could see a rhythm wasn't quite there. And then we had the disappointment, unfortunately, of Doug Tharm going off injured just before half time, which was a shame really, because you could see it, because when he went down hitting the floor. I think he punched the floor, and you could tell that's always a bit of a bad sign, because to be fair, in the last couple of months, Doug has really come into his own again, shown really what a solid centre-back, or a trustworthy centre-back that he actually is, and really worked into the back three that Artell likes playing. And it was a first half where Tranmere probably deserved it. We didn't create a great deal. I think Tranmere just, they definitely edged the first half, and but I was always thinking, okay, lads, as long as we don't concede another, we're still in it. And then went along into the second half, and it was a much stronger half. Still struggling, I think, to get our patterns of play. When we did try and play through them, we did, but again, some of our passes were just a little strong. Again, the effort was there, the determination was there, you could see that, but it was just the occasional through pass that we were just missing on, really. So it was a little bit disappointing. Obviously, Terrell Warren came on for Doug Tharm in the at the end of the first half, and then obviously there was a sub right on the start of the second half when Luca Barrington came on in place of Justin Abiku, and he did give it a little bit of a lift, Luca. He just gave us a little bit more of a lift, and that we probably didn't have. He tried to get his foot on the ball and tried to make. But again, the issue was, like I've said 2 or 3 times already, when we did put the long ball at not the long ball, but the final ball to make it a good pass for cross, it wasn't quite there. Denver Hume's crossing wasn't there tonight. It was kind of very flat. And the lads seemed a little flat, to be completely honest, tonight. I think it was just one of those off games where we just didn't quite turn up to the level that I'm sure all the lads were trying to, but it just wasn't working. Tranmere in the second half did strangely make 3 subs, and that kind of made a massive difference, because I say that because I think they thought, yeah, we'll just keep going and we'll try and hold on to this 1-0. That's strange because they took Christian Dennis off and Connor Jennings, basically, and well, actually the front 3 as well as Hendry, and it was just, we just started to come into it a little bit, and a ball in the box, I think it was by Denver actually, and it was a handball. I have seen it back on replay, and it was a handball. It was, in fact, you could even see even the Tranmere players' reaction, as if to say even they didn't really even question it. It was a penalty, and that came on 68 minutes, and Mr. Reliable, Mr. Danny Rose, with his 11th goal of the season, smashed it into the back of the net. No chance for the goalkeeper, and it was another goal to Danny's tally. One of the only criticisms at the moment that I have actually got is we are poor on the attacker front. If we lose Danny Rose, I think if we lost Danny Rose for any length of time, that would concern me. While we've got Danny fit, because he will, and did, even though he was a step off tonight, he won all day, try everything he possibly could. Could we have won this tonight? I don't think so. I think it was one of those sort of games that we had a couple of decent chances that we probably could have put in, but there was nothing clear. I mean, in total, we had 9 shots to their 7, and only 3 were on target for each team. There was really nothing between them. We had 19 touches in their box to Tranmere's 15, and both goalkeepers only made 1 save each. So there really wasn't much to separate the sides at all. Like I said, I think in the second half we were just marginally. We weren't just marginally better. We were better. If we were the one that was probably more likely, they did have a couple of chances around about 75 minutes or so. I say that nothing to really worry Jordan, right? Jordan's kicking was a bit, his distribution still needs to be worked on. Wasn't as great tonight, but the way I look at this result is it's a point. we didn't play great, but we got something in front of 4,854 in a very cold Blundell Park near the end. But it was a point where I'm not going to be too critical. I've seen some fans say that, it was a terrible result, terrible performance. I don't think the referee was fantastic. And like I've said before in the past, I will usually defend referees. I have to look at the referee and go, that's one of the worst performances I've seen at Blundell Park this season. He just wasn't very good. And I'm just going to simple enough and say that even I will say he wasn't very good. And it was just one of those games, guys, where I just think, we tried, there was effort. But we're not going to win every single game. And we extended the unbeaten run to 7. Yes, I understand the frustration because of other results in the league. In fact, I'll take you through them in this to show you what they are. Accrington beat MK Dons by 2-0. Bradford continuing their sudden charge to challenge Walsall up in top of League 2. 3-0 win for them over Cheltenham. Bromley got a 1-0 win over Doncaster. Carlisle with a very credible point at home to Walsall. Colchester with a 1-0 win over Chesterfield. Fleetwood went to Crewe and thrashed them by 4-1. Hopefully we can do that later on when we play Crewe. Like I said, our game ended Grimsby 1, Tranmere 1, Morecambe 1, Wimbledon 0, Newport County 3, Gillingham 1, Notts County 1, Barrow 2, Port Vale 0, Harrogate Town 0, and Swindon Town 2, Salford City 2. It was a night of unpredictable results, really, in League 2. It hasn't really hurt us. The way I look at it is, yes, the disappointing part is we could have gone level on points with Crewe if we'd won tonight. And Bromley creeping up there, as well. So disappointing to get the draw from maybe a performance standpoint, but we didn't deserve to win the game tonight. I think it was a fair result, and it was a result that I think hurts Tranmere more than hurts us, actually, because that only puts them a point above the safety line, whereas us, that edges a point closer to Crewe. We still have Crewe to play and Salford and that in the next few games, so yeah, it might be disappointing in regards to why couldn't we kick on. It was just one of those games, guys, where it just wasn't happening. And I can accept from time to time it's not going to happen. But the main thing is, and this is how we have to take this, it's a result where we didn't play well, but we got something. Unbeaten in 7 games now. I'm not going to be too harsh on the lads. It's just a game where it was take something. It's better to take something from a game like that than take nothing. Because really for the first 55 minutes it looked like we probably were going to take nothing. We just could not figure Tranmere out. And fair credit to them, they were very organised. And I think Andy Crosby has got them organised, making them more difficult to beat since taking over from Nigel Atkins. So, 1-1, it's a point. We head to Leaders Walsall on Saturday for the early kickoff. I will be doing a preview for that one, so please do look out for that. Hit the bell button, that'll let you know when that goes live. And if you were at Blundell Park on Tuesday night. Do leave me your thoughts down below on what you thought of the game. I'm sure a lot of you fans are going to be disappointed, but let's look at the positive and go. It's another game where we haven't lost, and it's another goal for Danny Rose, or hail Danny Rose, and it's a point, and it's puts us on 53 points, and well on the way. So like, share, subscribe, comment, leave me your thoughts down below on what you thought of the result, and I will be back. Definitely be Thursday or Friday for the preview against the leaders Walsall. But until then, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, guys, up the Mariners. And you know what? I'm going to take that as a point gained. I'll see you soon. Up the Mariners. Let's go and see if we can take Walsall out the saddle, shall we? Let's see what we can do. I'll see you for the preview. See you soon. Ta-da.